Hey guys, I am here. I'm going to post about it on my story really quick. Let's see. I always feel so awkward taking pictures when I start reading sprints, but I'm going to do it. So hold on. All right, I'm live. Perfect. Working till 8 p.m., but right when I get home, I will be here. I love you so much. Oh, I love you so much. Thank you. No pressure, but this is my first kind of live reading sprint that I'm going to be doing every Wednesday. And I did a live reading sprint one other time. It was like 2 or 3 months ago, and it was really fun. I talked about some of my favorite horror movies and read, and it was a great time. So I figured I want to do it weekly, and I think it'll help me be really productive. And I don't think anybody in general has anything going on Wednesday night streaming wise. I know tonight there's some lives, but I figured Wednesday would be the best day. So it's the middle of the week and I am ready to read some. I actually need to not read for the first sprint because I have a final little assignment due for one of my classes, and I thought it was due at 11:59 tonight, but it's actually due at 7, which is in an hour from now in my time zone. So I'll be doing that, but then after that, I will be free. So if you're watching in the comments, let me know what you're reading right now or what you will be reading. After I finish my assignment, I'm going to start reading The Troop. And I've been wanting to read this book for so long, but I'm finally picking it up, and I'm actually about 30 pages in, and it really has grabbed my attention. So I will be reading this, but I'm first going to be doing my homework assignment. My assignment may not even take the whole time, so we'll see what happens. It's pretty easy. But I was just delaying everything until the very last seconds, which I always kind of do. But now that I'm graduating, I just definitely wanted to put it off as long as possible. So today is technically my last day. I don't know why I'm pointing a Sharpie, but I'm emphasizing today is my very last day of school ever. Fingers crossed I won't have to ever go back to school. And yeah, it's really exciting. So let me check on my YouTube if this is working, just on my app really quick. It should be, but I always like to check and make sure it is. Let's see.
Always like to check.
Oh gosh, you can hear me. I do that all the time in public too. It's so embarrassing. I'll be trying to discreetly pull out my phone and listen to something like a YouTube video or anything. And yeah, it always starts playing really loud and it's so embarrassing. Thank you so much. Also, thank you so much for watching. You are seriously the sweetest. Hi, I'm working on some homework. I might be reading later. Awesome. I am doing the same exact thing. I am working on homework in a second, and then I will definitely be reading later. Thank you so much. It doesn't feel real. I've been at Baylor for 6 years, and this is my second degree. So I got my first degree in violin performance, and then I got my second degree, my master's in violin performance. So it's really weird because I've been in the same place for 6 years school-wise. So it almost feels like I didn't get 2 degrees, even though I definitely am getting 2 degrees and I'm going to get a diploma and everything, which will be really fun to hang up and remind myself of all the hard work I've done. But yeah, it feels weird. And I always talk about this with my husband, but I've been in Waco for my whole adult life. Since I turned 18, I have lived in Waco. And so we're moving back to Wisconsin, and I'm from Wisconsin. So I'm really excited, but it's going to be really interesting moving there after I've lived somewhere kind of as an adult for the first time and moving back to a childhood place. It'll just be really interesting. And I'm excited to kind of get that new perspective when I move back. So thank you. That was a very long-winded reply, but thanks for your congratulations. That's truly amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's been a ride. I definitely am not very much of a school person, which is funny. I love reading, but school just has never been where I shine. But it's almost done and I'm getting a degree, so that's awesome. Let me know what you're reading in the comments if you haven't said already. I'm very curious if I will know what the book is that you're reading. If anybody's new to my channel, I mostly read thriller and horror books. I would say I primarily read thrillers, but I'm definitely dipping into some more horror novels. And I have some really fun videos planned. I don't know if I should share my ideas or if I should just like share a couple. Let me know if you want like an idea of some videos that may be coming out, but some of them are definitely horror related. And yeah, I'm super excited. I feel like now that I'm graduated, I'm going to be able to put so much more time into YouTube, which is so exciting because I just absolutely love YouTube and just making content and reading and talking with you all. Like, it's so fun to me. And it was so hard because I started when I was like the most busy that I've ever been in my life. I didn't start during quarantine. I started pretty much, well, I started 5 or 6 months ago. I think 5. I don't know. I can't keep track of time, but I started when I was really busy. And so I haven't been able to make as much as I want to make. So yeah, I'm doing a 24-hour read and I'm taking why can I? Welcome to my live where I literally cannot speak. This is like the story of my life. I'm reading a 24-hour and you're reading Queen Takes Rook. I do not know that book. Like I said, is that fantasy? Let me know. Tender is the Flesh. I'm loving it and trying to finish, but work has been making it hard. I feel that 100%, like 100%, totally get it. That's me like every day with school and work. But Tender is the Flesh sounds like a really intense read. And I've heard that it's like very, very disturbing. So I hope you enjoy being disturbed. When I do finish my homework, I am reading Red, White, and Royal Blue. I love that. I've heard that everybody loves that book. So I hope you really enjoy it. Congrats, that is great. I also play violin, but pretty sure you're 10 times better than me. I'm teaching music this year. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. That's so cool. I have some students who I teach privately, but I am hoping to open up my own private violin studio in the future and make that kind of my full-time job. But I definitely always want to do YouTube because it's so enjoyable for me. But that's so cool. You should let me know how old the kids you teach are. We need those horror videos from you. Thank you. Hi, Kat. How are you doing? Thanks for stopping in. Also, I loved your picture you posted today. You look so good. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to finish Muse of Nightmares, but I fell asleep during Naomi's sprints yesterday. It's okay. Her sprints are so relaxing. I love them so much. In the future, I'm thinking of, I talked to her, so I'm copying her with her consent, but basically doing something similar where I play some music in the background and have a pretty screen up, but I'm not doing that today, but I will be doing that. So I'll be doing some polls on my Instagram, like what kind of music you guys want to listen to, or if it's even something you want. And also what like background do you want? What vibe do you want? Because we're about vibes on this channel. But also, oh my gosh, I have a tangent about that. So I never read with noise because I get so distracted because I'll get so into the music. So maybe I'll have to like mute the music on my end. That's kind of lame of me, but I may need to if I can't if I can't like focus. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I can read with rain sounds and stuff like that. I'll try it. Read the Troop last year. You're in for a disgusting ride. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. So do you see this? I tabbed gross, and this was exactly one page in, literally one page in, and something was already disgusting. This is not really a spoiler at all since it's like the first, well, actually, it's the second page. So this is not really spoiling anything. But it was a description of this man. He's infected, and I don't want to traumatize my listeners here. So I'm not going to go into full description. But basically, he has something going on with his body. It's like body horror, and there is a worm, and you're like, whoa, I did not need to know that. Yeah, so this is an intense read. I'm not going to eat while I read it, basically. Hey, Alicia, how are you? Thank you for that cute flower emoji. You're welcome. I loved it so much. I meant 24-hour readathon, and the book is Vampire Romance. Okay, gotcha. That's cool. Love that. I teach elementary school. My degree is in fine arts, but I've been a musician since I was 5. I could not teach private, but love teaching elementary school, except with COVID. Wow, that's so cool. I have such a respect for people who teach big classrooms or just teachers in general, all teachers. I love a good teacher, but like, honestly, I could not control a whole class. I may have to do that though. I may need to teach in the private school system. So I don't know, just like public schools makes me so nervous because there's so many kids in the class and I feel like I wouldn't know how to control them. And I don't know if they'd listen to me. And I don't know, I just have so much respect for you. So that's so cool. I've also been playing violin since I was 5 as well. Technically like almost 6. But yeah, I've been playing forever. It feels so natural because like this position with my left arm out, like it feels so natural because I've been doing it for so long. OMG, yes, The Troop, one of my faves. I hope you like it. Yes, I'm liking it so far. I mean, I'm only 30-ish pages in. To be exact, okay, why is it, this bothers me. And let me know if it bothers anybody else. But in books where they like leave off a page number, like up top, like I know there's a page number here, but there's no page number here. And it's like a pet peeve of mine because if I'm just like quick flipping and I like, look right to the page and there's no page number, I know it's very obvious to look to the next page, but like who has time for that? Like, I don't know. I want page numbers on every page. Let me know if I'm just like having a moment and need to calm down, but it bothers me. But anyway, back to the question. I feel like I'm too chaotic for lives. Like I get so, if I'm alone on a live, I'll just go off on tangents and it's a lot. So thank you for listening. But yeah, I don't even remember what I was saying. I am enjoying it so far. It's gripped me. You do you. If you can't read with music, it's fine. We're here for you. Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh, you're so sweet. All right, so my assignment's due in 45 minutes. So that means I think I want to do a 30-minute sprint, if that's cool with people. So I am going to have us read until 45. And then my assignment will be done. Who knows, maybe I'll start reading. But I will set a banner up for read until 45. Read until 45. All right. Happy reading or studying. All right, I'm gonna stop a little early. Oh, it just turned to 6:45. Okay, that's perfect. I was like, I'm just sitting here. I just finished my assignment. And so I wanted to end then and come back. So I'm so excited. That was my last assignment. Like, I don't want to say for the rest of my life, because I'm sure I'll have like assignments in work or like, other assignments, but like my last assignment in school, and that is a wild feeling. So I'm so happy. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. Okay. Anyway, this was the comment about my page number. So if you weren't here, I am going to start reading the Troop. I'm 30 pages in, but in the next reading sprint, I will be reading the Troop. And I was saying I'm annoyed how there isn't a page number at the top of each page. So there's a page number here, but not here. And I was asking people's opinion on if that would bother them or not. It's a tiny pet peeve of mine. It's not a huge big deal, but Michael says, if the page number is at the bottom, I want every page, but if it's at the top, I'm okay with it not being there like in your book. Very interesting. So you all should let me know what your feelings are on that, first of all. And also, do you like the page numbers on the top or the bottom of the page? I've never actually thought about that. I think I prefer them at the top of the page. Have I read it? Well, I don't know. I think if I had to choose, I would like them at the top of the page. Anyway, that's what that comment is about. Hey, Cami, you're totally fine for being late. I'm always late to sprints all the time. You're fine. Sorry, I'm late, was uploading a video. Glad that you're uploading a video. Sometimes videos take a long time, and then other times they're weirdly fast for me. So I hope it went fast for you. Hello, thanks for joining. Hello, thanks for joining. Hi, I hope your studying is going well. I hope you were productive in that sprint. Hi, Rye. It's okay. No, you all don't have to apologize for being late. You're totally fine. Well done. I finished a chapter of the last Lord of the Rings book and started another chapter. Nice. I've never read Lord of the Rings at all. I watched the movies, but only like once. I haven't rewatched them. Hi, joined late and read the first few pages of Wind Witch. Cool, thanks for joining. Also, I agree with Michael and I'm indifferent to the placement. I don't really mind if it isn't there or if it is with a new chapter starting. I'm not really picky with where page numbers should be. Whatever looks best for the book, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree. I think that's a big point too. Like, whatever is the most aesthetic looks good. Like in this one, Behind the Horror, which I'm so excited about this book. I am reading it. I'm not really going in order, but the page numbers are on the bottom and it looks good here. So yeah, I agree with that. It's a great series, at least in my opinion. Also love The Hobbit too. That's awesome. I am not a fantasy reader. I seriously respect fantasy readers, but I think I've figured out why I'm not a fantasy reader. And a big thing with why I'm not is because I'm not very good at visualizing when I'm reading. And fantasy is a lot about world building and visualizing. And for me, I just have trouble with that. I guess I'm just not a very visual learner, or it's hard for me. So I'm jealous of the people who can visualize a whole new world in their brain, but I just can't. I still definitely visualize when I'm reading. It's not like I have no visual image in my mind as I read, but it's definitely not something that I'm able to do well in fantasy. I read 11 pages of Crescent City while I'm waiting for my chills and thrills. Oh my gosh, thrills and chills. I do that all the time. I say chills before thrills. Thrills and Chills vlog to upload. Ooh, I'm excited to watch that. I thought I would be able to have my vlog out by today, but it's going to be tomorrow because I wasn't able to finish it. But I vlogged and it's a fun vlog, but it's going to be more than 30 minutes, I think, which I've never put out a vlog that's more than 30 minutes. So hopefully people are interested in that. And yeah, I'm going to put it out there and hopefully it'll be intriguing. To me, like a lot of it is just talking in my car. So I hope that's interesting. But yeah, I guess I do have some fun things in there. Like I show some meals I've made and I talk about my thoughts in the book. So I'm still not fully comfortable vlogging in that, like, I'm not confident that my content while vlogging is interesting. But let me know if you like watching my vlogs, because I do want to vlog more. I just, with COVID and everything, I haven't been really going out. Like I'm starting to go out more because now I'm completely vaccinated, which is super exciting. But yeah, like before I wasn't really showing much of my vlogs because I'm mostly at home. So also I'm getting texts, but I don't know if you guys can hear them. So I apologize if they're loud. I don't know how to turn off my text on my computer. I don't know how to turn off the notifications. I don't like when chapters aren't numbered. Yeah, I agree. I don't like when chapters aren't numbered either. Like I need to know where I am in this book. Also, I read the one for the Thrills and Chills readathon, and there's over 100 chapters in that book. Over 100. And they're short, so that's why there are over 100. But I felt so accomplished when I got to the end, and I was listening to it as an audiobook, but I saw the chapters on the audiobook and I was like, yes, I made it to 101. Like, look at me. I need page numbers and I prefer the bottom. Yeah. I don't know. I think I prefer top, but also I don't know what I want. Honestly, I'm so indecisive. Hey, thanks for joining. I hope you're doing well. Mine is 50. What is... Oh, 50 minutes. 50 minutes. Okay, I love that. I love long vlogs. It's good to know. I only did the bedtime routine. I read, but it was a Disney bedtime story. I don't count them in my readings. Yeah, that's totally fine though. I mean, you could just like count them in your reading. I feel like you could. I love vlogs. I feel the same way. I've only done a couple of vlogs so far. Yeah, I think other people's vlogs are super interesting. Like I'm interested in watching vlogs. I just making vlogs always don't quite know what to do. Also, I use a microphone in my normal videos, but I just use my cameras or my phone's microphone in vlogs. So like the audio isn't as good. And then sometimes I'll film like with the front camera. With my videos, I always film with the back camera. But sometimes I'll film with the front camera on my vlogs and like the quality isn't as good. So yeah, I don't know, but I'm not investing in a video camera yet. Y'all, I'm a mess. I don't know. But that's my feeling on vlogs. Ooh, also let me know in the comments if you would be interested in this, but I really want to, before I move, go visit a bunch of coffee shops in my area and like show them and vlog it and like comments on the coffee, even though by no means am I like a coffee connoisseur. I work at a coffee shop, but I still have so much to learn on coffee. But yeah, I kind of want to do that. And then I guess I could like talk about books in the middle. I don't know. Let me know if that sounds interesting. I love coffee. I'm obsessed with coffee. And before I move, I really want to go visit some coffee shops because I really haven't been to a ton in my area. Okay, let's see where I left off. Oh, okay. Before reading a new chapter, I always check how many chapters there are. Yes, and I always put my bookmark at the end of the chapter so I know how many pages left before the next chapter. That's so smart. Oh my gosh, why do I not do that? Oh, I know why I don't do that. Because my bookmark always falls out. If I tried to do that, my bookmark would like be on the ground. I used to do that though when I was younger and I would put like a sticky note on my book. So maybe I should start doing that. I like that idea because I have sticky notes right here. I love that. I could count them, but then again, I don't want to know how many times I've read Paw Patrol and the Gruffalo. Is that how you say that? In a year, I would have like 500 books in my ear. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh, the Gruffalo. Am I saying that right? I have to look this up now. Little kids' books always have the funniest names. Hold on. The Gruffalo. Oh my gosh. It is a thing. The Gruffalo. Huh. I don't have kids, so I don't really know kids' books unless they were like the books I was read when I was a kid. Um, I don't really remember the books that I loved as a kid, to be honest. I really like Dr. Seuss's books. Particularly, There's a Locket in My Pocket. Really like that. Um, when I was younger, though, I would like, oh gosh, I'm really bad at remembering ages, but I really love the Warrior Cat series. That was like my favorite series to read about. And I thought that they were like super violent because it's about cats and they're basically like wild cats and they fight each other. And I always thought I was so cool because I was like, they're so violent. Um, I don't know why I was like that, but I love that. We also had a cat growing up. I love cats. So love that series. I don't know if I read them now, if I would like them, but it's been years. It's an amazing children's book, one of my faves. There's a movie. Oh, that's cool. And a sequel. One summer, all I read to my son was Goodnight Moon and Chicka Chicka Boom Boom. I love that. Oh my gosh, Goodnight Moon is a good one. Have you all seen that book where it's like, go the fuck to bed? It's so funny. I've never read it, but like I've heard of it and I kind of want to get it. Like obviously I'm not going to read that to my kids in the future. I don't have kids right now, by the way. But like thinking about the future when I have kids, I'm not going to read them that book. But it really makes me laugh. So, yeah. I use it for my students as well, but after 30 times, my son knows it by heart. We also love Dr. Seuss. Green Eggs and Ham was my favorite as a kid. Yeah, Green Eggs and Ham was good. Also, what was that other one about like saving the environment? What was it called? It was about saving the trees. I like that one a lot. For series that I read, though, when I was like in elementary school, I really loved The Boxcar Children and Nancy Drew. I love those. I love The Warrior Cats. Those are the main ones I remember. And then for like standalone books, I really like The Giver. That's a really good book. I should reread The Giver. That was a good book. I saw the play too. It's such an interesting concept. You all should comment on what series you read as like an elementary school kid. The Lorax. Oh yeah, the Lorax. I loved the Lorax. Yeah, that was such a good book. I love all the illustrations in Dr. Seuss books as well. So it's 6:58. Well, it's 58. I should just say that. I don't know what time zone everyone's in, but at 7 or at 0, I'll do another reading sprint. Let me know in the comments if you want it to be 20 minutes or 30 minutes. I will be eating. My husband picked up Zoe's Kitchen. It's super good. It's Mediterranean food. So I'm going to eat really quick and then I'm going to be reading The Troop. So I would be down for another 30-minute sprint, but you all let me know what you're feeling and I will listen to the people. The Giver is actually a companion quartet. Oh yeah, I think I have heard that. That's really cool. I should read the other books in it. I'm an elementary school librarian. Oh, that's so fun. So I read so many kids' books. I can't imagine keeping track. But in elementary school, I loved the Babysitter's Club. Yes. Oh my gosh. I loved the Babysitter's Club. Ooh, and Beverly Cleary's books. I don't know what Beverly Cleary books are, but I don't know how I forgot. I loved the babysitter books. They were so good. They made me want to babysit. But low-key, I had like a really scary experience babysitting once. I talked about it in Merce's video, Harpies in the Trees, and we were all sharing like haunted stories. Let me see what the actual name of this video is. Maybe, I could leave a link to it if you all are interested in it. But the video is really good and we all talk about our haunted experiments. Oh, it's called Don't Be Mine, True Creepy Story Time. Yeah, it's good. It came out on Valentine's Day. But anyway, I've had some creepy experiences babysitting. So if you all have had creepy experiences babysitting, I would be very interested to hear about them. 30 minutes is good. 30, yes. Beverly Cleary wrote the Ramona Quimby series. I don't know if that's how you say the last name. I have heard of the Ramona, like of Ramona. I've heard of those. I don't think I've ever read them as a kid, though. My son is turning into me, and my son is turning into me, and we are in the middle school. Oh my gosh, the middle school. What am I saying? I need help. My son is turning into me, and we are in the middle of like 3 books right now. Yes, I feel that I'm always like reading 3 books at once. I used to not do that at all, but ever since I started BookTube, there's so many books that I'm excited about. I'm always like, I need to start all of them at once. I totally get that. Hi, you just joined. I am reading You Deserve Each Other by Sarah Hogle. That's awesome. Thank you for joining. Dr. Seuss and The Giver are good books for sure. Yeah, Dr. Seuss is awesome. We love Dr. Seuss here in my house. Sorry, I'm smushing this tiny little fly. Not like a big fly, like a fruit fly. Okay, let's read for 30 minutes. I'm going to start. I'm looking at my banners, and for some reason, I don't have a 30 written out in here. So I'm going to add that. I'm going to put it up, and I'll see you all in 30 minutes. Hello, welcome back to me talking. I hope you all were enjoying reading or doing homework, whatever you were doing. I was eating my dinner for most of it. I felt so weird on camera, but I realized I don't have a profile picture on here, so I probably should make one. So I didn't want the screen to just be blank with no picture or anything, but I'm back. I had chicken kebabs, which were really good, with this spicy Moroccan harissa sauce. It was really good. And then I had some turmeric rice, and I still have some Greek salad waiting for me. So I love Zoe's Kitchen. I don't know if it's only in the South or where it is, but it's here and it's really good. So let's see where I left off. I'm reading 5 books at the moment and nothing is getting finished. Yeah, I feel that. I'm so tempted to just start like a bunch of books because I always have so many on my TBR and so many books I'm interested in. But I don't know. I need to be more okay with reading more books at once. I read usually 2 books or 3 books, but I want to let myself like read 5 books at once because that's what I always honestly want to do. I just usually don't do it. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that and like just reading all of them slower and finishing them, you know, maybe later than you would if you're just reading one. I think that's fine. I didn't understand people reading multiple books until I started doing it myself. There's no going back. Yeah, me too. I was like that. Like I said, like a while ago, I wouldn't read multiple books at once. But now that I started BookTube and everything, it's just like I have to read multiple books at once. I hear so many people swear by it. I need to get better at it. I think you're fine. You know, like even if you, like I was saying, even if you don't finish them as fast, I think it kind of keeps you interested in what you're reading. And if you're getting tired of one, you can just move on to the next. So there's always at least one slow part in books, I feel like. Unless the book is exceptionally written, I'm usually kind of bored at some point. So I'm always tempted to pick something else up. I usually have 1 book on my Kobo and 1 physical, and I'm now trying audiobooks. I hate them for novels, but I'm quite enjoying them for nonfic and in the car. Yes, I love audiobooks actually. So I love them for novels. I love them for anything because I can read so much faster when I'm listening instead of like trying to make my eyes move really fast. So I can read at 2 times the speed usually on audiobooks, which I've definitely worked my way up to that. I used to not be able to read at 2 times the speed, but now I do. And I read Into the Water by Paula Hawkins. I totally binged that book. I read like 8 hours worth in 4 hours the first night because I was so gripped by it. And yeah, I just loved being able to turn on my audiobook and work on my reading journal at the same exact time. Like it was a blast for me. And for long road trips too, it's so fun getting to finish a whole book in one sitting. I did that with Confessions. Sorry, I'm not used to like me being so big on the screen. So I keep fixing my hair because it's like in my face. Usually I'm with other people on my live, so like my image is so much smaller. But anyway, I read Confessions by Kanae Minato in one sitting on a drive from Wisconsin back to Texas. And it was so fun. It was such a fun ride. And that book is so intense that my husband and I were listening and we were just absolutely hooked. And it was such a fun time. So I love the audiobook for that. Having a bit of variety definitely seems like the right way to go about it. Thanks for your tips. Yes, I 100% agree. I finished my homework and read about 10 pages. Nice. I read 27-ish pages of Wine Witch. That's awesome. By the way, I love your profile picture. It's so cute. You're very welcome. Read 40 pages. That's so productive. I love that for you. Pages of Blueberries. Wait. Sorry, I sent it too quickly. I'm confused. I usually am only reading one physical and one ebook, occasionally one audio. Yeah, it's really helpful if you're reading multiple books to do audio and physical and ebook, because in your brain it kind of keeps it straight. At least it definitely does that for me. Like I'm always at least listening to one audiobook as well as reading at least one physical book. But reading on my Kindle definitely feels way different. So yeah, I totally get that. Kind of putting them into different categories is really helpful. I'm actually not listening to an audiobook right now. I really need to start an audiobook of one of the books on my TBR. I just put it out yesterday, but I'm not sure what I want to listen to on audiobook. If any of you watch my TBR and have read any of those books on audiobook, you should let me know, because I don't know which one to choose. I have Audible, so I usually like choosing newer releases on audiobooks because it saves money that way on Audible. But yeah, I also have Cloud Library. I don't have Libby. It's really sad. Everybody talks about how great Libby is, but my library doesn't have Libby, unfortunately. So I use Cloud Library, and they don't have a ton of, I mean, they have options on there, but sometimes they don't have what I'm looking for. What are the best types of genres to listen to on audiobooks? Hey, thanks for joining. So personally for me, I mostly just read thriller and horror novels. So between those two, I would say I prefer listening to thriller audiobooks, just because sometimes when I'm listening to horror novels being read, it makes it less scary for me. But I know that sometimes audiobooks have really scary sounding like narrators, like they read them in a really creepy way. I haven't experienced that yet. So for me, I really like listening to thrillers over horror novels. But I don't read nonfiction really, but I know that like memoirs are really great to listen to in audiobook format, because you get to hear the person narrating their own story. So you get to hear kind of their vocal inflections and like the emotion behind what they're saying. So if you're interested in that, I've heard that that's a really good genre to read in audiobook form. But yeah, personally, I prefer thrillers, but I don't know. I mean, horror is good too. I just personally want to be as scared as I can when I'm reading horror novels. And I find that like when somebody's narrating horror, sometimes it sounds goofy to me. And that's probably like a me problem, because I know a lot of people like listening to horror novels, but yeah, that's just my take on it. So I don't know if that was helpful, but hopefully it helped you. Sorry. I had spicy harissa sauce and it like irritates my throat. I love spicy food, but it always makes me like have to clear my throat. Anyway, what should we talk about next? This is fun doing this live. Thank you all for participating. I love this. I've tried many audiobooks at first and I couldn't understand a thing, and it was 1 times the speed. And I always watch a series or a movie or YouTube videos when I do work. So go figure. Yeah, it uses a different part of your brain for sure. And it's interesting because when I watch movies, I always have to have subtitles on. Like I love reading subtitles while I'm watching movies or shows. And like, I understand audiobooks, but I get what you mean. It's kind of like an adjustment period. And I definitely couldn't just like start reading audiobooks and then all of a sudden read it like 2 times the speed. Like it took me a while to work up to that. And the reason why I like listening to them faster is because there's so many books on my TBR that I want to be able to read as much as I can. But yeah, I mean, reading at 1 times the speed is like great if you just want to sit there and totally absorb the story. But nonfic is working for me now, so I'm going with that. That's awesome. Yeah, that's great. I love how like diverse readers are on BookTube. I just kind of have my niche and I stick to it, and that's what's the most fun for me to read. But Yeah, I'm always impressed at people who can read like a ton of different genres and be interested in all of them. It's impressive to me. Thank you. It was super helpful. I'm not used to listening to audiobooks, but I was thinking about getting into it because some physical books are expensive. Yes, I highly recommend checking out if your library has Libby, because then you can just find free books on Libby, and then also Audible. Like I pay for Audible, I think it's $15 a month, but you can get new release audiobooks. So it's really cool because new releases are usually like $30. Even on Amazon, which they have cheaper options, but still it's usually close to $30. So if you pay 15, you're saving money. So I like that. It does suck though, because I really do like owning the physical book. But at this moment, I can't afford owning every single physical book I read just because books are expensive, especially new releases. But yeah, glad that could help you out. Let me know if you have any more questions in the comments. And if not, I'm feeling another sprint. I'm excited to read more. I am having a weird day where I'm reading, but I'm reading really slowly. I don't know like what it is about today. Maybe I'm just tired from trying to do those assignments really fast, but I'm enjoying the book. Like actually this book is giving me Stephen King vibes, which is interesting. There's a quote from Stephen King up top. It says, "The troops scared the hell out of me and I couldn't put it down. This is old school horror at its best." And I agree. It's feeling very Stephen King-esque. I would be interested if anyone in the comments has read this. Let me know if it reminded you of Stephen King's writing. Because for me, it definitely does. Like the way things are described and just the overall vibe of the book feels very like OG. And I guess it's in present time, but it has that kind of like 80s feel to it. Yeah, a lot of people rave about this book. I am kind of nervous though. I haven't gotten to anything that's like disgusting yet, but there's some animal cruelty in here and I'm nervous about that. But nothing has happened quite yet. There have been some gross things, but like not the stomach churning gross things apparently that are coming, which we'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys updated. I buy most of my books used so I can afford more. There's a bunch on Depop, eBay, and Mercari. Ooh, I never thought about Depop for books. That's smart. I need to look into that. And then eBay, I know about books on eBay. Mercari, have not checked out. Thank you for the tips. Also, my friend Naomi actually showed me that there's some Facebook pages where people sell books. So that's fun. I'm going to join some of those and see about getting my books that way. But I love supporting the library, but I also love physically owning my books because looking at them just makes me happy. And I like have memories of like when I read them for some of my books. And I don't know, like I just want to own most of my books. But yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for the advice. I only got a few pages read. I took a shower and made some hot chocolate. Ooh, hot chocolate. That sounds nice. It's hot here. Let's see what temperature it is in Texas. Oh my gosh. Wait, is it only 73? Oh, I thought it was hotter. I mean, 73 is still kind of warm, but it's not too hot. What is a genre that doesn't appeal to you? Ooh, this may be a loaded question. A lot, I guess, a lot of genres. I'm not interested in romance at all. It's never been something that has appealed to me. I guess a little bit more in high school, I liked some romance, but it was always like the sad romance, like Fault in Our Stars and stuff like that. So I'm not super into romance. I'm not into fantasy. I really like, I don't know if you're here. I think you're here at the beginning, but I have like a really hard time visualizing world building and stuff like that. So I think that's a big reason why I'm not like super into fantasy. I just can't like watch the movie play out in my head as much as I think a lot of other people. So I'm not really interested in fantasy. those are my two big ones that I'm just really not interested in. But yeah, I don't know. I love horror and I love thrillers. My true love is thrillers, but I'm definitely getting more into horror. And I actually, my favorite kind of movies are horror movies. I don't really watch many thriller movies. So yeah. Hey, Noelle, thanks for joining. A solo sprint queen. You're such a hype woman. Like, I love this. Yeah, I'm doing a solo sprint and it's not my first time, but I haven't done it in months. So I feel very much like a newbie and kind of like weird, but I'm having fun. Romance is really hard for me to get into unless it's summer. That's interesting. Yeah. In the summer, like most people read romance. I feel like it's like the summer thing to do. For me, I'm really excited to read horror in the summer because there's some really fun, like summery horror books. One of them is It. I'm going to tackle It. And it takes place in the summer. And it's a really, really, really long book. It's like 1,180 pages or something like that. It'll be like the longest book I've ever read. And I'm really excited, and it's very summery. And so I'm looking forward to that in the summer. There's some other like summery horror that it's like escaping my mind right now. But I feel like all of Riley Sager's books are really fun to read in the summer because they're very summery feeling to me. At least Home Before Dark is more like fall, but especially his second one, The Last Time I Lied, that's a great summer read because it's about a summer camp and the events that took place there. So yeah, it's currently 70 here in Northwest Florida, but got to love. Oh, see, I tell you, I cannot read comments. I struggle so much. Oh my gosh. Okay. It's 70 here in Florida, but gotta love AC. LOL. Yeah. AC is like so good. I agree with that. Yeah, for sure. I'm excited to move to Wisconsin because the summers are so freaking nice. And in Texas, it's usually like 110 degrees or like it can get up to 110 degrees and it's so unbearable. I like can't handle it. And I don't want to go outside and I feel like I'm so cooped up. And in the summer in Wisconsin, like it is so pretty. It's so green. There's so many places you can go hiking, and I personally love hiking. It's really fun. Like, I'm not somebody who's ever climbed mountains or anything, but like I like going for walks and stuff. So I'm really excited, and I'm so excited to move just in general. I am gonna like decorate my house all cute. I'm really excited. I'm gonna make it like I'm going to make a reading nook, hopefully, fingers crossed. I don't know exactly where we're moving. We're going to rent. But I really want to make like a cute little like reading nook and have some cute like art prints. I have my Mexican Gothic art print from my really good friend Bria, and I'm going to frame that. And then I have some other ideas for when I'm moving. So I'm going to vlog decorating my house, I think. And I'm so excited about that. I love interior design, and we haven't really invested very much in like furniture or anything because we got married and I was still in college. I had just finished my undergrad, and then I was going into grad school. So we didn't have, not like we're loaded now. We don't have a ton of money now, but especially then we didn't have the funds to like make our house cute. So I'm excited to do that. All right. I realize I've been talking a long time. I've been rambling on. So let's see. How long should we read? Guess we should do 30 minutes again to stay consistent. So let's read until 20. Let me get a banner for this. All right. Happy reading. Hello, welcome back. I read till the end of my page. That's why it took a second. Sorry about that delay, but let me know how all your reading went. I honestly don't really remember where I started, but I'm on page 58 right now. So I haven't been reading as much as I wanted to today because I was so busy like beforehand, so I had to eat dinner. But next week, I will be way more able to read super fast. And yeah, I'm excited for next week. I read about 30 pages of Wind Witch. That's awesome. How's it going? Do you like the book? I'm stream hopping. So I'm back. Very cool. Thank you for coming back. I'm thinking that was my last sprint for the night. I probably will sprint longer next week, but yeah. Also, hi, Kirsten, if you're still here. I love you so much. Oh my gosh. Thanks for stopping by. I'm excited for you. Setting up a home is fun. Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm moving super soon. I think we're moving at the end of June. So we still have a little while, but I'm going to start kind of planning on maybe what furniture we want to start buying when we're there. I'm thinking I will be, sorry, I read a comment and then I realized, yes, I'm sprinting on Friday with Cami from Bros and Books. But where was the comments I was commenting on? Oh, the moving one. Sorry, I'm kind of a mess right now. Yeah, so I'm going to start looking at IKEA and kind of trying to figure out what furniture and everything I'm going to get. I love IKEA so much. Oh my gosh, every time I go there, I want to buy everything. So I'm thinking I'm going to start kind of planning out like what aesthetic we want in our house and looking at like the furniture and everything. I made it to chapter 23 of Crescent City. Very cool. I'm happy for you. What chapter am I on? Chapter 10. So I'm not super far in. I'm liking it so far. I'm having to remember the world. LOL. Yeah, I feel that. That's the thing with fantasy. It's like all about world building. And there's also so many books in fantasy series. So yeah, that's another thing. I like standalones a lot better personally because of the kind of books I read. But if I were into fantasy, I would definitely probably enjoy series more. And I answered this before, but I'll pull it up again. Yes, I'm sprinting Friday. Okay, I do have to go, so I'll see you Friday. Yes, I'll see you Friday. We're going to start sprinting at 6 p.m. CST, I believe. Let me pull up my information on that. Yeah, 6 p.m. CST. And we're going to be reading and chatting. We'll probably talk about horror because both Cami and I really like horror movies. So I'm really pumped. Cami's awesome. Go check out her channel. And I'm really excited. Thank you all for participating in my sprint. I was a little kind of scattered today, but I'm usually kind of scattered. But I'm more scattered today just because I had so many assignments to finish up. But I'm really excited for some of the content that I'm putting out. I'm going to be doing, should I say? I don't know. Maybe it'll just be a surprise, but there's some more horror content coming up. And I'm really kind of excited to try to lean into horror more on my channel. Don't worry, I'll still be doing tons of thriller videos, but I'm going to also kind of up my game in horror. So yeah, I'm excited. I hope you all have a wonderful night, and I'm going to end my sprint. Bye.